My Gavan and Melanine, and well met indeed. I am Aracher Gala-Dirthan, the head of the modding team behind Divide and Conquer, and welcome back to the Breeland campaign of Divide and Conquer with a brief interlude about Dol Amroth. So this Dol Amroth section, whilst I've included it in that playlist, is mostly just, I'm going to give you a little bit of information about Dol Amroth, and then we will return to Bree. So this is chiefly just to say that the Dol Amroth campaign, I am going to restart. Now, we're only 6 episodes in, although if you'll note the difference in the time, in the turns between now and when you last watched it, that's because I actually pre-recorded the 7th episode. And unfortunately, no one ever attacks anyone. Now, a little bit of dabbling in the files, courtesy partly of Rohur and partly myself, we've come to the unfortunate conclusion that the way that the DaC is set up, and don't ask me why, I've never delved into the AIs, but it seems very much that if a faction is neutral, i.e. they have no allies and no enemies, the way the campaign AI is currently set up, they will not look to attack anyone for 100 turns. So when I was saying that we're just waiting, people will attack, unfortunately by the time 100 turns comes around, the rest of the campaign database file will play, and no one will fight anyone because no one will feel they have a significant advantage over their enemies. The AI does a little bit of a check, and it checks how strong am I militarily compared to that person, and if it's favourable enough for me, I will attack them. However, unfortunately, no one is really going to be favourable to anyone, and in the next 100 turns, they're just going to have vast armies, or the next 39 turns. Now, because we're only 6 episodes in, and I can edit this quite substantially, I am going to start again. So the newer one will, A, see every single change up to the current point of version 2, so you'll have all of the new Umbar CSM models. There'll be the new Gobel Tofalas model. So those are some minor little boosts as well. Secondary to that is there's a few other modding changes that have happened since the developer diary, not yet been spoken of. They'll be in it as well. So there's going to be new stuff which is cracking. But mostly and chiefly, I am going to remove the invasions, as I now know that that's very easy and it's something I can do. So the invasion mechanic will not exist. Secondly, I'm going to make it so that everybody doesn't like everybody else, basically. And that will be a very, very simple edit as well. So everyone is going to be on very low relations with everyone around them. Additionally, I'm going to, something I forgot to do, is make everyone at war with the rebel faction at game start, or what will be the Independent Realms faction. So that's going to happen. Now remember, this is all going to be available to you in the Total War submod, so this test was very worth it to know that this change has not done what we really want, and I've got to do a stage further. But also I'm going to have a fiddle with the campaign database, and I'm going to set everyone, I'm going to basically make everyone think that if they are either on a par with people nearby them or anything greater than, so on a par or greater, then they think they can attack. So basically, unless they think they are weaker than their neighbour, then they won't attack, which makes sense. But if they think that militarily they are on the same level or they are in any way better, even if it's just 1.1% to 1%, for example, or 1.1 to 1, they will then think I should attack. So hopefully we will get real, actual wars. Something I had contemplated but I don't think I will do is, someone suggested, and I had already thought myself actually, is to reduce everyone's starting regions way down, so that it really changes it up. So for example, Dol Amroth aren't immediately in a worse position against Gondor from game start, purely because Gondor has 3 times the number of regions as you do. But I'm not going to do that. Everyone's going to keep their kind of lore accurate, if you will, beginnings, and it will move from there. So Dol Amroth will begin again. It will be the first video of next week's rotation. I am thoroughly looking forward to it. I've really enjoyed these 6 episodes of Dol Amroth, and one where the changes I hope to take effect actually take effect will be brilliant. And there's going to be a lot of changes, so that's going to be there as well. There's a few bug fixes to various things, and one of the chief things is I am going to try and look to do something with Gobel Mirlon so that it actually gets into the battle more. At the moment, Umbar just do not cross this ocean gap. They just don't see it as a viable path. They can't factor it in, so they just stay in Umbar forever. Whereas if they could cross this river, which they can do, they just don't. As you can see, you can cross there. If they can cross this, then might solve quite a few of our problems. So we'll look into doing something with that as well. So say farewell, unfortunately, to this campaign, which almost certainly was going to be a loss, because as soon as I said, it's very difficult to get your allies to attack anyone, and Gondor were vastly more powerful than everyone around them. Now, do note one final thing I was just going to say. I actually, in an attempt, and this backs up my theory that no one was ever going to attack anyone, in an attempt to jazz it up a bit, I actually cheated my diplomat around the world, and I paid certain factions to attack other factions. Now, I've yet to see that come to fruition. I did it at the end of my last recording, which is one none of you will see now, but I cheated him around, and I added money to myself. And for example, like, one of the things I got is I asked Rune to attack Mordor. And in order for Rune to attack Mordor, they rejected my offer until I offered them 800,000 gold. My initial offer was 600,000 gold, and they rejected that. 600,000 gold coins was not enough to make Rune attack Mordor. That is enough money to see them last probably 40 turns. And they would not attack Mordor under that. That's how much these nations are not going to fight each other. So I'm going to do everything I can to really make everyone hate each other and very bloodthirsty. It's a total war, not a total peace campaign. So say farewell to this one. Say farewell to invasions. And hopefully let's keep Adriel alive as long as possible in the next one also. But now bear with me as I jar you back to Bree and continue on with today's actual episode. My Gavan and Melanine, welcome to the real episode for today, Bree, as we now hope to finish off Dunland and start a war that we may not be able to win against Isengard, who vastly outclass us, and we're going to really struggle to bring them down. But we're going to give it a damn good try, so let us hope that its favour lies with us. Our armies are positioning. We have Ed just there, who is going to nip in, just very briefly, cross Isengard's lands. They're not going to like that. And there we have Councilman Grep, the infantryman, who is also heading south. We have taken Dunland's heartlands, but they have certainly got their last stand script knocked out somewhere. They would have been trained, they would have spawned somewhere. I think they spawn in these hills, but they may spawn in these hills, I'm uncertain. But otherwise, it's all fair and all square in the north, to be honest. The Dunedain have been keeping us safe now for a considerable amount of time. And Angmar have not broken through the region of Northern Arthedain through Bari Donionach. They have not broken through there. And we've had relative peace elsewhere for quite some time. So all is moving quite nicely. Yes. So I believe we're at end turns. We'll go ahead and end this out. We are but 7 turns away from the great choice, which will bring the Dunedain in league with the Breelanders. For that is what I'm going to decide. Now, a few little modding bits I can talk about. I normally save them for the developer diary, and you'll see them in the developer's diary, but I can explain them here because they're pertinent to the Breeland campaign, and that is the region of Heret Sier. Oh, there's the Dunlending last stand, the Axe's Bite. Now, do forgive me, I didn't write any of these, actually. I skim-read most of them to check that they were in keeping with our writing style, but they may have some errors. And they may not be written by people whose first language is English, so do be kind. I'm sure it's great. I can't remember who wrote them, that's why I'm saying that, because we had about 12 people contribute to these last stand messages, just so that I didn't have to do the work. Anywho, the Axe's Bite. The men of Dunland have known uncounted hardship. Forced from their homes by the Rohirrim, their very existence as a people now stands upon the edge of a knife. A bellicose and resilient folk, the Dunlendings have refused to give in quietly to their demise, and have formed into a mighty host of many warriors and clansmen. Soon their enemies will know that the axe of Dunland still has its bite. To battle, to glory, to the death. Pretty cool image as well, isn't it? It looks quite a lot like Odin, but he does have 2 ravens, and there's only one there. Maybe the other one's about flying around. Ah, Gandalf wants to join us. He's not very good in battle, though, bless him. But he's terribly loyal, and he's quite obedient. But no, we don't want you, Gandalf, sorry. So, Dunland's last stand has kicked in, and apparently Isengard are moving to try and help Dunland. Who knows?
Your orders,
Ed,
my lord.
Get yourselves in there.
Yes, my lord. Come and get
I don't know where the spawn is. But I do think it's in those hills, and it may very well be Captain Sweeshny? No, Dove. V. Sweevney. Swevne. I have no idea how to pronounce his name. Anywho, what was I talking about? Modding. Hertshire, the region of this town here, Heret. The region here goes down like that in a sort of square, or a kind of trapezium-esque shape, and it comes down to this fort just here. And Isengard get it almost every single time, but what I have done is I've fiddled with these region borders, and now the border of this region, Malron Naith, comes all the way up and crosses into where this fort is, blocking Bregnas off from Hertshire. But Hertshire also now doesn't have this square down here. Instead, it comes down to about here, and then it curls round these hills, and it covers up to the river. And it goes a little further into the Barrow-downs region up there. So it's no longer directly bordering with Isengard, meaning that it becomes now part of the Dunland-Enedwaith fight. Which is good. And the space here between this hill is now connects the two cities here, Dunyard of southern Dunland and the capital of Enedwaith, Lugiu. Ready to declare a truce.
Your orders.
So a little minor change.
My lord. My
Stan! Keep building me towers.
By your command. Erecting a watchtower. As you wish.
Erecting many a watchtower. Bree, how are our elites coming along? Oh, we are but 2 turns away. They'll drop off. They'll all go down to 1. They only take 1 turn. An army will be ready. Which is good. Do we have anything else going on? Can you train me any Dunedain yet? No, 8 more turns. Oh, you can retrain. Oh, of course. Yeah, let's make sure this is the last thing that we've done in the turn. Ah, we can't retrain him because you're training Dunlanding, so you can retrain you. Everything can be retrained because we just got that better version of a guild. But as I have said many times and then didn't even do myself, retraining has to be the last thing you do before you click end turn. Otherwise they will not retrain. So you've got to be fastidious. I think that's every town. Yep, end the turn. Oh, we're sending a diplomat north. I enjoy Bree. I'm really enjoying Bree, and I'm really enjoying Dol Amroth. And it helps you do the recordings when you are enjoying them. Exactly the reason why I stopped doing Rune, basically. It was just dull. I didn't find it interesting. I couldn't get behind it. Same reason why I stopped Stainless Steel, which some of you may remember and have asked me to revisit, and I'm just never going to revisit that. Captain... Let's just anglicise and bastardize his name. Captain Subney has attacked us. Now, he doesn't have a general, and we do, which is always a bonus. He's got 2 units of siege, though. Ballister and Catapult. Dunlanding Huntsman, War Band. Otherwise, it's a bit trashy. I'm just thinking, if I retreat, will I be able to escape? Or should I fight... Well, if we do fight, Grep is only a turn away, and this is Dunland's like last attempt, really. But it is going to test our mettle.
Attack!
We will have to be wise. I have no tactics. I'm not... All of this time playing this game for YouTube has highlighted the fact to me that I'm not very good at the game. I thoroughly enjoy the game, but I'm not very good at it. So... But we're going to have to try and pull out all the stops. Is there anywhere particularly of note? There's a sort of hill here by the trees. But it's not really... It's not really that good. And the trees would be in the way over there. Should we just go on this brown plain here? Yeah. We could try and use some ambushing features again, couldn't we? Try and get the main army to come down the middle here and then have a sweeping flank attack that they don't know of, so they don't prepare for. I suppose that is the real benefit of archers, isn't it? So we will do that. I'm pressing the wrong button. You guys should be with you guys, actually, because you're the ones with all the range. Oh. There we are. Move you about there-ish. You 3. Oh, you'll be pleased to know, unfortunately not fixed for this version, although I could do, but I really don't like tampering with builds that have ongoing campaigns. But I fixed the hobbits sounding like they're firing arrows even when they're throwing stones problem. That has been resolved. And all that time I kept asking hummingbird, hummingbird, hummingbird. That was folly because it wasn't a specific sound thing. It was an EDU coding thing. So if I just looked myself, I would have found the answer. So I apologise for that. All right, you guys form the line. You are our wall. Let's put merchants. No, let's put bandits on that edge. No one cares about the bandits. Let's go over there. And then this flank is where we're going to have, hopefully, hiding in the trees. Yes, yes. Come on. There we are, hiding in those trees. Our merchants as well. Can you hide on top of each other? Yes, you can. 71 of you as well, I'd like to hide in the trees. Can I get you a bit closer? No. I can get you here, though. Oh, no. Oh, there we are. That'll have to do. And that's everyone, isn't it? Other than our general, who we hope to use, really, to shut down their siege. So we'll put him right out there and make them think about it. Perfect. They're more leaning towards our left. Means our hidden forces will get the drop. The enemy will come, we'll be able to flank round and hit them where they don't expect troops. What? Why are they curling over there? Well, they foiled us a bit, but not entirely. I'm eager to see if they send their cavalry to counter Ed. I mean, he will be able to take out both of those units of siege. So if the main army of theirs engages our army and ignores him, although they've got cavalry on this flank I've just seen, they might come after us. Although soon enough. You are men of Bree, independent, brave, and strong-willed. The Dunedain stand with us. We shall not falter. The world will see the strength of Bree. Part of the reason why we've given the Dunedain addition is because, mostly for the AI really, and well not mostly for the AI, but a little bit of it is, the Wildmen factions are unique in that they are very weak in the late game, but they are slightly more numerous than most other human factions. And they actually are quite good in the early game. So in the early game, you tend to outclass your neighbours. For example, Enidwythe has superior javelins, Dunland tends to have superior armour in the earlier stages of the game. The Vale of the Anduin have very good archers, and they hide almost, every unit hides almost everywhere, which gives them a little advantage. So there's all these little advantages for the Wildmen style factions. But in the late game, you are outclassed by everyone. Even sometimes the Orc factions are better than you. So you've really got to play around with it. But unfortunately, the AI just does not handle that. And a sort of way around that is the Unite the Clan script that we have with Dunland and Enidwythe. So whilst you won't have any units that are better than anyone else's, in the later stages of the game, you at least have a completely rounded roster. With the addition of Dunland's forces, your roster suddenly is far more viable. You'll be able to counter more things of the enemy. And for the Breelanders, you now get Dunedain or very strong mercenaries in the late game. So there's an answer for you in the late game. You're not just going to be stranded fighting units with a 30 defense with your units that have a 12 defense. You're not going to be stuck alone with that. And it gives them a little counter in that. Now, interestingly here, they are completely flanking round the side as if they know exactly where my forces are. Which, I'd be very disappointed if the AI had that kind of inbuilt cheating ability. Because they are completely ignoring the fact that... It could as well be, I suppose, that this side doesn't seem to have a flank. Oh, which I suppose actually is ideal then, really, isn't it? Because they're going to come around this side and then suddenly there's going to be troops there that they're not expecting. But their army really is like completely moving to swap to that side. So we'll just move as well. Right, their catapults are firing. They are in range. Ballistae are not. our units are in position. Oh dear. Our archers are totally wasting themselves. Don't fire at their archers. They've only got like 2 units. That is a complete waste of our availability. I'm not really sure what to do. When do we show that our troops are there? Because we need the support. But then I suppose these guys will then form the main line, and these people will be able to flank. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. I totally pressed the wrong button. Alright, the plan has worked. The plan has worked. The plan has worked. Don't worry about those archers. They're all going to run out of the way. Oh, bugger. I wasn't paying attention. Their cavalry did anticipate our cavalry and totally blocked us off. And I, again, have not paid attention. They've at least shut them down. Come on! Come on! Run away, Ed! If he goes down, we're dead. That's it. Our army will rout. Just get out. Just get out. Just get out. Come on. Come on. There's only like 2 guys in the way now. Yes. Yes. Go. 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 We're coming up around the top. Are they routing? Oh no, their army is just forcing its way through. Get out of the way. Bloody Dunlending. Cheating scum. That's what this is. Well, if they are just going to charge their army through, then just shoot them. Not really sure. Like, in the centre here, we have loads of troops. Like, their army has totally ignored our flanking forces and just tried to push through them as if they aren't there. I just don't... I really don't understand what they're trying. And we're probably going to lose quite a lot from their siege, but the bulk of their army is just running away. They've just had enough. We don't have anyone that can chase their siege down now, though, which is annoying. To be honest, I think it's well and truly over as their armies begin to rout.
Slain the enemy general. Without him, his troops will lose their will to fight.
Capture everyone you can capture. Bandits. Oh, even their siege is running away. They are just pulling out. They're literally just running away. And Ed didn't die. Yes! We haven't technically won yet, though. They haven't actually abandoned. They are organising a formal retreat. Well done, Ed! You absolute bloody legend. I think our ambush worked quite effectively. Just the roles reversed. So our ambushing force became our main line, and our main line then became our flanking units. So, I mean, in the end it worked out alright, but... Nah, don't chase them. Are you actually going to get any? I can't press escape because then it will count as a loss for me. Unfortunately, we just have to wait for them to leave. Go back and get those ones. You can intercept them. Oh, bugger off. That was stupid. Well, we're not just gonna...
army
Yes!
This is a clear victory.
Look at that, 499. That's not bad. That works really well. I mean, I think the biggest factor, as ever, once again, Dunedain Wardens and Greenway Men at Arms getting the top 2. The biggest factor, really, of course, is the fact they had no general. No general always means weak defenders, and that's exactly what's just happened. We had a general who just showed how bloodthirsty he is, and I've done my best to get him killed, and he has survived.
Glory, honor.
Oh, there's their last stand army. It does come in from the Byrig Hills. No, thank you.
Yes, my lord. Without
It does come in from Byrig. Ooh, Lumban. There he is. So now it's a race. Have we got any
Yes, my
siege?
lord.
Yes, we have. Yes, we have.
With honor.
Can we get there in 2 turns?
To
Yes.
address me.
Your orders, my lord.
Yes, 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 yes.
Yes, your orders, my lord.
Right, Ed, just stay with Grep. We'll use both of you together.
Yes.
Yes, my lord.
Oh, actually, can we merge anything and make it...
Orders.
Your orders, my lord.
No, it's not really worth it, is
Yes,
it?
my lord.
Well, yeah, we want the best that we can get. Right, so we got 40 dwarves there.
Your
So move the
orders, my
80 of those dwarves across and merge them.
Joining
Perfect.
Yes, my lord.
52 of them.
as you wish.
They merge into 1 battalion.
Army.
Your orders,
Any Bree
my
Archer
lord.
militia?
Yes. Joining
12 of you go the other way. We want
Yes,
this army
my
to be the better army.
Your orders, my lord.
as you wish. Joining
Yes, my lord.
What else have we got? 4
Your
axemen.
orders,
Any
my
4
lord.
axemen? No.
Yes, my lord. Your orders, my lord.
We've got 60 of those that can merge.
as you wish.
They make a full battalion.
Yes,
We don't
my
want to merge the Dunedain.
Your orders, my lord.
But we
Yes,
do,
my
if we
lord.
take those,
Your will, my lord.
and we want all of those instead of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 going across.
Honor.
So we only need space. We need to clear 5. So
Your
you
will,
2
my
definitely are coming out.
Orders.
Those 4 axemen can come out. 3, 4, 5. We need 2 more. 33. No, we want cavalry. We do want cavalry. Bree Archer militia. They're nowhere near as good as what we're adding in. And then maybe,
Orders.
I don't know. I am tempted
Your
with the
will,
cavalry.
my lord.
No, it's good to have at least some cavalry, isn't it? Move 98 of them across. So you, and you are all jumping across.
Joining
Your orders, my lord.
So Ed's army is
Yes,
nowhere
my
near
lord.
as good, but Grep's army is now
We shall
solid
continue
and should be
tomorrow.
able to take that
We
city
shall
first
engage.
time.
Your orders, my lord.
Oh, I tell you what you can do, Ed. You can really, really ruin his day.
Yes. We can go no further, my lord.
Give a rear guard. Ed, are you in the
shall
family
continue
tree?
tomorrow.
Oh, we don't have a family tree. We're Teutonic, of course. Of course. Now, this is a prime example of why bandits are going to be turned on in future versions. So, what you're about to see, of course, is I'm going to rush to Dunland's last territory and hopefully capture it. That will defeat Dunland. That then large banner army that is currently in the heart of my Dunlending captures, or Dunlending acquisitions, would then normally, and in this version, will then do nothing. They will then become basically an ornament in our realm. They won't do anything ever. They'll never attack me. They will just move between watchtowers, denying me the benefit of a watchtower.
Erecting a watchtower.
Because, fun fact, if you are unaware, if you stand an army on top of a watchtower, the watchtower no longer gives any benefit.
Erecting a watchtower.
I don't know if you knew that.
Orders.
That's why you'll often build watchtowers, and then that area will then suddenly get darkened, and you'll think, well, what the earth has happened here? And it's because a rebel army is standing on that
Yes,
point.
my lord.
To battle.
Your orders, my lord.
With honor. First, I will take
I wonder what
your
he'll do.
lands, then your lives.
If he attacks us, we're just withdrawing. We're not going to try and fight this. This is our worst possible army. We'd just be sending it to his death. In fact, I don't think Lumban can beat us to the castle. So, I don't think this is even worth courting, to be honest. Ed, you
We
run
shall
over there.
continue tomorrow.
Just
This
take that
tower
fort,
will
get some
be
free
built,
upkeep.
my lord.
Dole, Amroth and Cand have gone to war. Does that mean they're near each other? It's interesting. 4 turns! 4 turns away! Oh, did we get our retraining? I didn't really go around. Should we go around and just build things? Let's do that. Grep's Watch, you're about to be free. Traveller's Rest. Bree, what can you build? A Ballast Maker. Barrow-Vin. Garrison Quarters, definitely. You're a castle. Arquette, might as well. Royal Tharbad. Oh, I've removed the baluster towers from both Tharbads. You won't see those anymore. That's been fixed. Grep's Crossing is getting a barracks. Take a blacksmith after that. Yagvek's Grave's about to be done. Which one of these is our culture? The Traveller's Rest. Take a Traveller's Rest. No, we don't need that. Of course, we share their culture. Idiot. Take a barracks. No, I'll go for the grain exchange. Only take 2 turns. Now, one of the major things that I am going to be doing, and this is the topic of today, really, and that is, after pressure as ever from the great El Monstero, I am going to look to make every building more expensive and take longer to build. A major problem with Divide and Conquer, and I have expressed a desire for a long time now to make a change to this effect. I would quite like the game to last a bit longer. And one of the surefire ways of doing that is to make everything take a little bit longer to build. But also cost more. The AI gets so much money that you as a human player does not get. And it can really swing things in their favour. You'll take some of their towns and they will just be huge. They will have such high populations, so many buildings built. You can never beat them to guilds, for example. They always beat you to that. And this would be an attempt to alleviate that. So every building, at the minute, I'm going to go with a rather arbitrary approach. And I'm probably going to add +2 to every single building's training time. No matter what type of building it is, it's now going to be +2 in terms of its building time. Maybe +3. Oh, Camben, why did you cut across there and do that? That makes no sense to me. I can't withdraw. Oh, just... Oh no, Ed died. They never die when you auto-resolve. Ah, this is ridiculous. Ed. I died. I'm so sorry. For example, I focused a little bit on economy at the start of this campaign, and look how wealthy we are now. Absolutely swimming in it. So I do think it is a worthwhile change.
Yes.
It's not going to slow everything down horrendously. It's just going to put it a bit more in line with what it was in vanilla, if you'll note. In the base game, things do take quite a while to build, and they cost quite a lot. I'm just going to go into keeping with that.
We shall prevail.
Now, Lumban has absolutely shot himself in the foot, because now, not only can we assault the walls with our siege equipment, but we can build some battering rams to take it all down. Oh, look, both of their leaders are in there. Dunyard isn't... Nah, we're just going to go for it. We're just going to go for it.
As you command.
Balls to the wall, as they say. We've got our best. They've not really got anything. They don't even have an armory built.
Muster your courage, men. We march into battle.
The only reason I'm thinking this might be a bad idea is we want to ideally break through the wall in more than one location. And we might not be able to. Oh, I don't think we fought in one of these battle maps yet. This is the second tier of the Wildmen cities. So you've seen the third tier in the old Dunlending capital. Well, this is tier number 2. Sorry, so you've seen the third tier in the Dunlending capital. This is tier 2. Tier 1, of course, is a village. And this is a new Wildmen town. And the square is up on that plateau. Meaning you've got to fight up this hill to get to it. How cool is that? Or, alternatively, as we are about to check, I wonder if you can smash down the wall up here. We'll see. I don't know if this type of map means that the walls are actually not destroyable. And we'll see. So we might only be able to go through the gate whether we like it or not, unfortunately. But we will find out. We have far more archers than they do. And we can use that to our advantage. So we can use the full might of our archers. Alright. No point in standing on ceremony. Let's just go for it. No, I cannot attack that wall in that location up there. I did think that would be a bit cheeky if you could. It would defeat the whole point. It would actually make it an easy-ass battle map. You just break through the wall in 3 locations and you're in the square. So no, you can't break through the wall there. I can break through the wall there, though. Alright, away we go. where are they going to go? Because if they go up to the square, they're actually just going to be sitting ducks. I think they are. I think they are. Move the archers about there. Everyone go like that, actually. Oh dear, no, hang on. You guys, form the back line. Go there. You guys, form a front line. Go there. You guys, go around even further and go over there. Is anybody standing on top of anybody? Well, we'll find out in a minute. Move the baluster up. You guys, we won't really need you. We won't really need you, and we won't really need you. Archers are all in position. You can't shoot there. Oh, come on. You've more than got enough range. Oh, you're not arcing shot, really. Oh, they are. I thought they'd be in prime position to... Go on then, form a normal line. See if that does anything different. Oh. Bring down the wall, please. There we are. Wall's coming down. How are we doing now on the archery? Oh, there we are. Now they're firing normally. 10% of the enemy has almost already died. Let's look at it. There's quite a lot of normal shots. There is some arcing shot. You're not even firing. What the hell is happening here? They're charging Dunlending horsemen out. Cavalry. Now you are needed. Oh, we'll shut those down. Are they going for the ballista?
The battle is very much in our favour. Victory will be ours.
I can't believe they just did that. I'm genuinely astounded. Oh, look, he has Eisenmach Axemen. They're going to be a trouble. They're going to be a real pain. He's moving quite a lot of his army away from the hill now. I certainly would. Oh, they're routing. Pull those out of the way. Are you guys still firing? Yep.
We're through the enemy's walls, into the breach, and on to victory.
Move to the gate.
The battle is very much
still
in
going
our
for it
favour.
like idiots.
Victory will be ours.
I mean, I was tempted to push through the gate already, but push through the wall. But I opted against it. It looks like they're just going to come through the gate. Yes, they are.
The battle is very much in our favour. Victory will be ours.
Interesting. This is the weirdest situation I've ever seen.
If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
This is unheard of, what we're seeing here. Oh, bloody hell, what's happened over here? Oh, he did come out! Oh my god, I'm not paying enough attention.
The enemy are badly bloodied. They have lost half their men.
Run away! Run away! I can't believe he did that. Eisenbach Axemen are good, but they are still just infantry. And they're not going to like this.
The enemy general lies dead.
Yes!
Crows have
Yes!
his miserable bones,
Yes!
but our swords have his men.
Huntmaster Freca, the Wrathful. Or Chieftain Freca he was, actually. Get back on the ballista. Oh, you out of bullets? Oh, you are. We have no choice but to go through the gap in the wall. Well, that's annoying. Oh, they appear to be walking down the hill there. Oh, no, they're just wigging out and they're breaking the game. Usual. That's standard. Where did... Oh, did he die? Did they all die? Yeah, they did. Right, so... let's be about it. Archers. There is still an army to face, though. We're not out of the woods yet.
We've captured the enemy's walls.
Those of you that can press on, press on. Our archers are here in support now. One Dunedain Ranger stands proud. There's still a Chieftain's Bodyguard to take on, and they're still damn good. Can't see much of a way round. What have we still got up here? Some horsemen not to worry about. Oh no, their army is basically this. In we go, nice flanking attack. They're running away. We've got the Chieftain's Bodyguard surrounded. And he's wavering! He's wavering! Throw more men in it! Come on, rout, you bugger. Yes! Someone catch him, someone catch him, someone catch him! Yes! Their faction is destroyed. Even if we now lost this battle, their nation would lose because they no longer have a family member to fight us with. We've still got some archers, though. We can still ruin their day a bit. I'm not really bothered about the one Dunedain. I don't think he's going to do too much. Who's shooting us? Dunhead champions. Not too concerned.
The battle is very much in our favour. Victory will be ours.
There we are, they're buggering off. How many did they take? About 20 down. Surely they're just going to... When will they actually lose? They're constantly routing. Ah, that's it. Send everyone!
If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
Why did they not just lose? Their whole army just routed.
Our men have taken control of the city.
I don't know who's still alive in that mass. Some of them are. But not for long. Outside the steps of the Chieftain's Hall, the last remnants of Dunland fall. The vast plains stretching beyond of their homeland do not rise to their aid today. This odd graphical glitch, by the way, will be fixed. I believe may already have been fixed for version 2. RK, our resident settlement creator, knew exactly what that was and he just solved it.
This is a clear victory.
And it's over! Yes! Councilman Grep, the destroyer of Dunland, stands forth, prouder than ever. No one really claimed anything, to be honest. I mean, there is a 99 there. There is a Dunedain Ranger win. But everyone's so close together, I feel it'd be a bit unfair to just give it to them. I mean, there's only one thing we can call this settlement. One conceivable name. As Dunland die, the last vestige of the wild men of the hills.
Honorable.
There we go. Lumban. Oh, I called him Kanban last time, didn't I? Dunedain have just attacked the Misty Mountains. We have Yagdak's Grave. We have Royal Tharbad, Grep's Crossing, Grep's Watch, and now, of course, we have Grep's Glory. Oh, my caps lock is on. Grep's Glory. Well done, Grep. Oh, I don't need to do that. With 5 turns, it will be a bigger town. I wonder why they never built a town. That's an odd one. Everyone can retrain. Must have a better blacksmith than us. What does Dunyard actually have? A military camp? Can't do anything with that. Get rid of that. Carpenter's hut? We can't do anything with that. I wonder why we can't do anything with the carpenter's hut. Oh, it's because we're Bree, of course. Bree have their own Mason's Guild line. And this is the way that we've restricted their being able to build a certain town level in the later stages of the game. Which is why, unfortunately, if you play as Bree, everyone else's Mason's Hall won't do anything for you. Whereas if you play as anyone else and you take over a town that already has a Mason's Hall built, you'll get the benefits of it. But you won't if you're playing as Bree, because they have their own Mason's Hall. So much so that I might actually call it a Bree Mason Hall. Oh, that's all been fixed in version 2 as well. But it's called Master Builders, and I think I'm going to call it Bree's, just so that you separate it. Also because if you go to this building, it says it requires a Mason's Guildhouse or a Mason's Guildhouse. Now, the reason it says both of those things is because that's the block. Bree only get a Mason's Guildhouse if you side with yourself, if you stay as a mercenary. Otherwise, you don't get one. So otherwise, you just can't build the city because you need that guildhouse built here, and it won't be there. So,
Was that your best shot?
now a sidebar to this is that if you do get lucky and you take a large town, or you take a city, sorry, because that's the large city tier. So if you take a city and the AI have already built the 3rd tier of the Masons Guild, you will be able to build a large city. There isn't really any way around that. So that's just a minor, it's a bug really, but it's a bonus bug. I don't know what you'd call a bonus bug. The kind of bug that lets you take a day off work, but you're not so inhabilitated that you have to spend all day in bed. It's one of those bugs. And so you might get lucky and you might be able to build it. Anywho, that's going to end today's episode. The final nail in the coffin of Dunland. And now, hopefully, Enid Wythe, buoyed by their safety, will assist us in the destruction of Isengard, because we're going to need all the help we can bloody get. I can tell you that for true. You guys take that fort. You guys take that fort. Oh, I missed. Bugger. We would have got free upkeep if they can get into the fort. Anywho, that will end it. So, your thoughts, please, on something that I asked halfway through. I can't remember what it was. Oh, well, that's annoying, isn't it? Anyway, so you see the Dol Amroth bit at the beginning. That will start again this coming week. Bree will continue on now as we push on for glory. And then I'm sure I asked you about something. Oh, yes, the towns. Every building getting more turns and more money. It'll probably be 2 turns extra and 2,000 gold more for every single building. It will see costs substantially increase. Maybe I'll start it off with 1,000 gold and 2 turns per building. Or perhaps 1,000 gold and 3 turns per building. Because it's the turns, really, not necessarily the money that's the problem. We want the turns to be increased, not the money. So, anyway, we'll play around with it. But for now, that will be all. So thank you very much for watching, if indeed you have. And until we speak again, dear friends, Navar and Aden Pedamad Melonin, and farewell.